Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of Mental Mondays. Much appreciated you guys taking some time out of your day to watch the video. Everybody out there that is a regular of the channel, you know what the deal is with the Mental Mondays. It's our little club here. We get together once a week, talk about everything. You guys that are new to the channel, this is sort of like one time a week that we get together and I sort of give you guys my opinion on a wide range of topics. May or may not have anything to do with fishing. And today's topic, what I want to talk about is nuclear war and really the mental effects that the anxiety of it produces. And I wanted to do this video for a long time simply because of the situation we're in with Ukraine right now. There's probably on a global consciousness, we have not been this anxious as a society globally as we have now since the Cuban Missile Crisis, and all due in part or due totally to that nut job psychopath genocidal maniac Vladimir Putin is causing all of it, basically threatening to nuke anyone that gets in his way of his genocide operation in Ukraine. That's another story there, but anyway, that's what's created the anxiety here for everybody on the planet. And what I wanted to do today is I want to talk a little bit about that, the effects it's having on people, sort of give you my opinion on maybe what can be done to reduce that anxiety a little bit and reduce our threat of nuclear war. I don't claim to be an expert, but I do pay a lot of attention to this, and I've studied a lot through history. But anyway, one of the things I'll say right off the bat, even though you hear a lot of this, or if you pay attention to the news, a big part of our population, guys, is oblivious to world events. They're oblivious to the geopolitics that go on in the world. They live their own life. You've got a small percentage of the country that pays much attention to it. And if you're one of those part that pay attention to it, you probably felt some anxiety because of that. I will say that despite everything that's going on, the threat of nuclear confrontation between the United States remains pretty low. But it's still there when you're dealing with somebody that is unhinged like Vladimir Putin is. And we've dealt with this for a long time. I mean, we've dealt with this since the Soviet Union got nuclear capabilities back in 1949. There's 7 different countries that have nuclear capabilities. So it's something that's becoming a little bit more complex. And ultimately what the deal is we have been fortunate to avoid a nuclear confrontation simply because out of a mistake. And that's the highest probability of getting in a nuclear confrontation with Russia is through a mistake. It almost happened in 1983. I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but in 1983, the Soviets detected a United States missile launch headed towards Russia. And the person that detected that launch, there was one guy, I can't remember his name, but anyway, he detected this launch. And the protocol within the Russian military, or the Soviet back then, was that you reported this and they began to set up a retaliatory strike against the United States as soon as they see this. He didn't do that. He didn't report it. He said something is just not right. He said there's no reason that we should be launching an attack on them. So this guy didn't report it. He let it go, and it went in like 10 or 15 minutes where it should have been reported. He never did, and sure enough, it was a glitch. And he got in tremendous trouble for not reporting that. But in fact, I think he was poisoned or he got sick. A lot of people think the Russian military tried to kill him as a result. But anyway, if it wouldn't have been for this dude that had a cool, calm head, critical thinking, rational thinking, we would have been in a nuclear war with Russia in 1983. Here's the deal about nuclear war, guys. There's a lot of people that watch these outdoor channels like mine they tend to be more preppers. There's more preppers in this genre than anywhere else. And I'm here to tell you guys, if any of you dudes out there are preppers, you're just flushing your money down the stool. It's not going to help you at all. Nobody's getting out alive. I don't care if you got $100,000 bunker built. This is what's going to happen if there's a nuclear exchange with Russia. It's not going to be any limited exchange. It'll be all-out nuclear war where they're trying to assure mutual destruction. If you're not fortunate enough to get vaporized in the initial blast, you're going to die one of 2 ways. You're going to either die of radiation sickness within the next couple months after that, a slow, painful death, Or if you survive, you happen to be in an outlying country like Australia, or you have a bunker, you may survive a year or two until your food runs out, and then the nuclear winter is going to last decades. It's going to kill all the plant life on the planet. It's going to kill all the animals. Nothing's going to survive it. So it will be the extinction of the human race and most of the creatures on this planet if we do get into a nuclear confrontation. That may sound depressing and everything, but in actuality, that's the thing that saves us, because that assured mutual destruction is the deterrent behind the use of nuclear weapons. So, that, as odd as it sounds, that may offer a little bit of peace to you, knowing that. But like I said, I wouldn't get too worried about it at this point. Not to say that it can't happen, but the odds are pretty low. However, I do want to address one issue. One of the issues that we have to do a better job at, as far as building a firewall against the odds of nuclear war that aren't an accident, say there's some type of a dispute that can't get settled. This is what needs to happen. Every country on this planet, including the United States, and especially the United States, we have got to do a better job about the people that we give power to, or the people that we elect into positions of power. Because overall, we do a pretty poor job of that, or we have done a poor job of that over the past 8 or 9 years. Because what happens is on a global level, there's been a surge of these populist figures that come into power that have no experience in anything to do with running the government or any type of national security interests. They have no skills, they have no training, they have no background. They get in the positions of power because big corporations have funded them, tried to make them into puppets for their corporation, or they're populists. They're populists like Vladimir Putin, who, will spread misinformation, will spread big lies, tell stories, and a segment of the population will fall for that. A lot of the people are gullible, and they'll fall for a big lie if it's repeated over and over and over again. We see that a lot, where a lot of politicians anymore, they don't have policy ideas. All they do is they have a mantra. They throw red meat to their base. They use populist slogans like to draw some type of a division amongst groups in the country. It's us against them, and it becomes a culture war to that extent, where policy has little to do with it. What we have to do to avoid that is we have to change, not only in this country but around the globe. We cannot allow people to assume positions of power that are not qualified to take those positions. If you need a quadruple bypass tomorrow, you're not going to have some dude give you quadruple bypass that doesn't have any experience in heart surgery, and just because he's a good guy, or he's somebody that you can relate to, or he can own the opposition party or something like that, you're going to want an expert heart surgeon. That is what we have to have in our elected officials that have any type of responsibility in the national security interest. We have to elect people, and not just the United States, every country has got to put people in positions of power that are responsible with that power, and they have critical thinking skills. They have calm, cool, level heads. They're smart. They work with other people. They have solid advisors. They don't. They're not narcissistic. They're not focused on their egos. They're not seeking power for the sake of their own power. Far too often, that's what we have now. And every single candidate out there that is in position to have those powers, they need to have a stringent psychological, mental evaluation. They have got to prove that they have an understanding of geopolitics. They have to prove they have diplomatic skills to deal with that. They have to prove that they understand the cultures of other societies, that they have that their opinions and their decisions are based in critical thinking, scientific, factual reality over emotion. And that's, if we can do that, we're going to be okay. But if we continue down the road as a society to put these clowns in position of power that have no business being there, that have no background in any type of expertise that allows them to be leaders, then we up our odds of having a nuclear confrontation tremendously by doing that. So don't underestimate don't underestimate what ego can do as far as getting us in trouble. When you're dealing with people that are narcissists and they have big egos and they're focused on money all the time, when you deal with people like that, don't underestimate the fact that they're willing to burn the house down to protect themselves or to get what they want. And that's one of the big dangers about people like Vladimir Putin and people that like Vladimir Putin, or people that call Vladimir Putin geniuses. That's the big danger with them, is they're not thinking straight. And that's one of the things that could get us in problems down the road that we can prevent. But anyway, relatively to that, I think we still have a pretty low odds of that. I wouldn't lose any sleep about that at this point. It's just sort of a reality we find ourselves in. I mean, it's, if you were a Sioux Indian 500 years ago, you never knew when you were going to get woke up at 2:00 in the morning by a raid from a hostile tribe and have to go into battle with them. I mean, it's part of the human experience. We have got to transcend our inability to deal with things peacefully, because the human race has been a very violent race. I mean, ever since it's been around, and you think eventually we would transcend that and let kindness and compassion, everybody get along, would take over. That's the goal ultimately, if we can survive that long. But anyway, guys, just wanted to throw that out. That's my 2 cents on the deal. Like I said, hope you guys are doing good. Shoot me your comments. I'd be glad to hear them, and we'll talk to y'all later. See you.